Hi guys, welcome back to Fin Scales and Fluffy Tails. My name is Bryn and today I'm going to be giving you a different type of video. Yes, it is another dog video, as you can tell by the very special guest I have with me. This dog right here is not my dog. He is actually my fiance's childhood dog. He is owned by Alex's parents and his name is Jack, and he is a Bichon Yorkie mix, and he's 11 years old. He weighs around 11 pounds. And as you can see, he's got the long hair, and his hair is kind of curly, so it's kind of like a mix. So Yorkies have like a long drop coat, and then Bichons have like really curly hair like a poodle, and Jack's hair is an exact mix of that. It's silky but also curly. So this is Jack, and he's gonna be helping me with this video because we're gonna be talking about different breeds. And as you can see, where I am filming is completely different than normal because I am not home right now. I am actually at my fiance's parents' house. If you guys didn't know, this is the same weekend that we are at that wedding in Ohio where Alex grew up. And it is just me here today, so I figured that I would film this video, especially since I have Jack here to help me. Me and Jack are really good friends. I've known Jack for, oh man, about 6 years, ever since I met Alex, and Jack and I hit it off really well. But he is 11 and he does have a bit of separation anxiety, and his parents aren't home right now, so he is, you know, a little nervous, but you know, he likes being with me, and we're gonna go for a walk right after this video is over. So that is the plan for today. And I did make some notes because I'm gonna be talking to you guys about 8 different breeds. So the breeds I'm gonna be talking about in this video are breeds that I considered getting for my family, but decided against. And I will also say the reasons why I decided against them when I talk about each breed. So let's get into it. The first breed I considered getting is called the Havanese. A lot of people have never heard about this breed. It's not super common, but they're the only breed that is native to Cuba, and they are actually bred, they're like related to other Mediterranean dog breeds. But they were brought over to Cuba where they were bred and developed. They have a long drop coat if left to grow, and this long coat protects them from the UV rays in Cuba because it's very, very hot there. Let's see, they have longer back legs than front legs, so that gives them kind of like a hop or skip in their step, so they look really cute when they walk. They are shown in the toy group, and they are to be 8.5 to 11.5 inches tall and 7 to 13 pounds. Now this breed is a really great hypoallergenic breed, and I really do like this breed, but I don't know, I guess, you know, I thought it would be really great because my fiance and I are most active during the summer, and they're okay in the heat because they were bred and developed in Cuba. And you know, they have the long hair, so you can do like bows and stuff if you really want. I guess I just found other breeds that I liked better, or like the looks of better. It's not that I don't like this breed because I really do, but I have just decided against this breed mainly because I found another breed that I liked better. So the next breed that I considered is called the Maltese. Now, a lot of people have heard of this breed. It's actually a pretty common breed. It is native to Malta, the island of Malta, which is in the Mediterranean. They were first bred and developed by the Romans, so they are a very, very old breed. The Romans loved the color white. They considered it to be the most pure color, so the Romans bred out all other colors besides white in the Maltese coat, which is why there's no other colors allowed in this breed. Maltese are also shown in the toy group. They have a silky drop coat, but they are prone to tear stains, obviously, because they have an all-white coat, so they will be prone to that. They are about 7 to 9 inches tall, and they are to weigh under 7 pounds. Now, I suppose the main reason, again, for me not wanting this breed is the fact that they only come in white, which that is very specific, like that's kind of like an aesthetic type thing, which some of these breeds would actually fit very well into my lifestyle. I just decided to get a different breed just because I wanted something a little bit different. The Maltese is a great breed. They do only come in white, so that is something that I wanted something a little bit different, something that was kind of unique, and they only come in one color. So that is one of the main reasons I decided against the Maltese. Not that they're a bad dog, I do really like this breed, and there is a Maltese at the dog daycare that I work at, and he is very nice. The next breed that we considered is the miniature Schnauzer. Now, this was a breed that Alex was interested in, so I decided to do a little bit of research. So there's actually 3 different sizes of Schnauzer. You have the standard Schnauzer, which is the first one. Then you have the giant Schnauzer, which was bred up from the standard Schnauzer. And then you have the miniature Schnauzer, which was bred down from the standard. And we were considering the miniature Schnauzer. Miniature Schnauzers, and actually all the Schnauzers, were bred and developed in Germany. The miniature specifically was bred to hunt rats and mice on farms. So they are definitely a true terrier and a working dog. They were actually trained to work with German Shepherds in the field. So what usually would happen is the German Shepherd would be there to also like herd and guard the sheep, and the miniature Schnauzer would work with him. And if the miniature Schnauzer could hear very, very well, and if he heard something, the German Shepherd would immediately be there to investigate. The miniature Schnauzer has a hard wire coat that needs to be hand stripped, and in the US they are shown in the terrier group because of their size. Now, I believe in the UK they are shown in the working group, like all the Schnauzers are shown in the working group. But in the United States, they're shown in the terrier group just because of their size. They are 12 to 14 inches tall, and they can weigh 11 to 20 pounds. That is the ideal height and weight. Now, the main reason why we decided against this breed was because it's a terrier. Terriers notoriously don't get along that well with small animals, and of course we have a house rabbit now. So Alex and I both were afraid to bring a dog into our home that was trained to hunt and kill small animals, with Daisy being around. So that is why the main reason we decided against this breed. Also, miniature Schnauzers are very stubborn, being terriers, and they're also big barkers. They are very loud and they are very vocal, which is part of their breed. So the next breed that we considered, I believe Alex was the first one interested in this one as well, is the West Highland White Terrier, also known as the Westie. Now, Westies were bred and developed in Scotland. Yes, they are a Scottish breed. They have an all-white wire coat, and they are related to the Cairn Terrier. Now, the development of this breed has a very interesting story. The story goes that there was a Scottish nobleman who had a red Cairn Terrier, because all Cairn Terriers are like reddish-brown, and he accidentally shot his dog on a hunting trip thinking it was a fox because of its color. And he was so upset with himself that he decided he was going to develop an all-white terrier so that he wouldn't accidentally shoot the dog hunting. And that is where the Westie comes from. Now, the Westie is a mix of different breeds, which I didn't write that down because that's not like super important, but Cairn Terrier is a big part of their ancestry. Westies were bred to hunt rats in mines, on farms, and large estates. And something very interesting about this dog is that they were also bred to go to ground, and they have very, very strong tails. And they were bred that way so that if the dog got stuck in a hole, you could actually pull them out by their tail. And you might be thinking, well, that's cruel, it'll break their tail. But actually, with the West Highland White Terrier, the first 3 or 4 vertebrae of their tail are as thick as their spine. So pulling them out of a hole by their tail is not going to hurt them at all. They're very tenacious and headstrong. They weigh 11 to 20 pounds. The female is around 10 inches tall and the male is around 11. So very similar in height. Again, the main reason we decided against this breed is because they're terriers, and we didn't want a terrier. We weren't sure it was a great idea to bring a terrier into our house with Daisy. So moving on, the next breed we decided to research was the miniature wire hair Dachshund. And I was very interested in this breed because I know that Alex, you know, his favorite breed ever is the Pembroke Welsh Corgi. He loves their short little legs and how cute they are, but of course, Corgis are not hypoallergenic. But the wire hair Dachshund, the miniature wire hair Dachshund, is hypoallergenic. So I decided to look more into this breed. The miniature wire hair Dachshund was bred and developed in Germany. They're very tenacious. They have a wire hair coat that also needs to be hand stripped. They're very good with scent work and field trials because they're actually a hound dog. All 6 varieties of Dachshund are shown in the hound group because they are hounds. However, the Dachshund, all varieties of Dachshund are also the only other breed besides terriers that are allowed to participate in earth dog trials, because Dachshund, even though they are hounds, they were also bred to go to ground like a terrier. Dachshunds miniature wire hair Dachshunds are supposed to be 5 to 6 inches tall and 11 pounds and under, so very small. But the main reason we decided against this breed is because miniature wire hair Dachshunds in particular were specifically bred to hunt rabbits. And many breeders who breed and develop wire hair Dachshunds also breed them for their working ability. They breed them for their working ability and for conformation, which I think is a great thing to preserve the breed. However, with us having a house rabbit, we thought it was not a very good idea to bring a dog into our house that was specifically bred to hunt and kill rabbits. So that is why we decided against that breed. Now, the next breed that we considered is also a terrier. This breed is the Yorkshire Terrier, also known as the Yorkie. Now, many people do actually forget that Yorkies are terriers, but their full name is Yorkshire Terrier. They are true terriers, and they need to be treated as such, in my opinion. They were bred and developed in Yorkshire, England, to hunt rats and mice. They have a silky drop coat, and in the United States, they are shown in the toy group because of their size. They are only 7 to 8 inches tall, and they're supposed to be around 7 pounds. Obviously, some are going to be bigger and some are going to be smaller, but the ideal weight is around 7 pounds. So I guess like this breed could work for us. You know, it's hypoallergenic, but Yorkies are very yappy because they're terriers. That's what they were bred to do. I've heard they can also be high strung because they were bred to hunt mice and rats. And I just wasn't sure it would be the breed for us considering Daisy, although I'm sure, you know, if we brought a Yorkie puppy home, Daisy would be bigger than the puppy. Daisy is very small, but Yorkie puppies are only 2 pounds when you bring them home at 12 weeks old. But another one of the main reasons I decided against this breed is, again, because they only come in black and tan. Now, some people are gonna say that, you know, you can get a party Yorkie, but you know, good breeders will not breed for party Yorkies. Some backyard breeders will actually breed Maltese into their Yorkie line to get more white. And I do believe that party Yorkies can be registered with the AKC. Cause I do think that, you know, occasionally they do pop up, like a Yorkie with a small white spot in its coat will pop up even in show lines. So it can be registered, but it definitely can't be shown. And good breeders will not try to breed for that because they're trying to breed to the standard of purebred dogs, which doesn't include white in the coat. The only colors they come in are black and tan, which kind of changes to blue and silver as the dog ages. So they don't really come in more colors besides that. And I guess, you know, I'm kind of a person where I want something a little bit more unique. And also Yorkies are very tiny and very fragile. And yes, I don't really have children, but I want to be able to take the dog pretty much everywhere I go. And if we go to a family event where there's lots of small kids, bringing a Yorkie there might be difficult. Just because, you know, the kids will want to play with the dog, and if the dog is too fragile, I'll have to say no, and the kids, you know, kids want to play with it and anything could happen, and I really don't want the dog to get hurt. So that's why we decided against the Yorkshire Terrier. The next breed I'm going to talk about is kind of completely different than all the other ones. It's called the Italian Greyhound. And yes, even though they don't have a drop coat or a wire coat, this breed is hypoallergenic. Their coat is so thin and their hairs are so small that most people, when the dog does shed, they don't even notice it. They were bred and developed in Italy. This is also another very old breed, and they are a small sight hound, and they were bred down from greyhounds and whippets. They were bred as companion animals for nobility and royalty, and they have a sleek, slender frame. These dogs are also very fast, so you need to keep them on leash all the time or in a fenced area. An Italian Greyhound can run 25 miles per hour, top speed. So if your Italian Greyhound gets out, there's a good chance you won't be able to catch them. 25 miles an hour is so fast. I know I can't run that fast. They're supposed to be 13 to 15 inches and weigh 7 to 14 pounds. Again, I do believe this breed would be okay for Alex and I. I guess it was just aesthetics. Like, again, I'm not going to go over what breeds we are actually heavily considering getting because I want to save that for another video and talk about those two breeds exclusively. But I guess, again, like, it was mostly just aesthetic purposes. I do think Italian Greyhounds are awesome. I think they're super cool dogs, but I just found a few breeds that I liked better. Another breed that we considered, the last breed that I'm going to be talking about, is the miniature poodle. Now, I love poodles. I think they're I love how smart they are. I love their drive to work. And I love that they are also bred for companionship. They want to be with you. But the miniature poodle and all the other types of poodles were actually bred in Germany. They were bred and developed in Germany, not France, like a lot of people think. And the miniature poodle was bred down from the standard poodle. The standard poodle is a hunting and water dog. So most people don't know that too. Standard poodles were actually bred as working dogs. They were bred to be water retrievers and to go hunting with their masters. Most people don't use them for that today, but originally that's what they were bred for. So it does kind of get on my nerves a little bit when people think that poodles are very girly or sissy dogs, when actually they're definitely not. And the miniature poodle is basically a miniature version of the standard poodle. They're very energetic, very smart, very proud, and they have a thick, curly, profuse coat. If you keep their coat at any length, they must be brushed every day with a slicker brush and a comb. You must line brush them and get down to the skin, or else you will have a very matted, very unhappy poodle. Miniature poodles are about 10 to 15 inches. And they weigh 10 to 15 pounds. Now, for this particular dog, I suppose the reason that I wasn't sure about it is because I guess I decided against it because it wasn't like, if I was gonna get a larger dog, I wanted it to be a little larger. If I was gonna get a small dog, I wanted it to be a little smaller. So like, this dog is kind of in that awkward like range. And a lot of people told me that they can be very hyper, even more hyper than the standard poodle and also the toy poodle. So they're like, a lot of people say that they are the most hyper out of all three sizes. That might not be true for every individual, but that's just what I've heard. And they were just kind of in that like awkward size range for me, which is, again, aesthetic. Like, there's a lot of breeds that could work for Alex and I if we really wanted, but you know, there's different reasons why we picked the breeds that we picked, and I'm going to be talking about those two breeds in a different video. So those are all the small breeds that we considered. And the next dog video I'm going to be filming is the large breeds that we considered getting. Oh, Jack's getting tired. Don't worry, buddy. The video's almost over. So again, the next video I'm going to be filming is the larger breeds that we considered. That I'm definitely a small dog person. I just like small dogs better. I don't like that big dogs have the ability to, you know, knock me over or hurt me. And even working in the small dog room where I work, it's always the larger breed puppies that end up hurting me. I have huge bruises on my legs right now from work yesterday. I had some dogs completely running into me and like giving me huge bruises, and you know, that just comes with the job. But it's not that I don't like those dogs or that I'm mad at them. It's just that that's something you have to consider when you bring a large dog into your home, is that they definitely have the ability to accidentally hurt you and possibly give you bruises. So that's mainly the reason why we don't want larger breeds, but I still want to talk about them because I love large breed dogs. They have an awesome drive and ability to work, and I think that, you know, since I went over the small breeds, I'll also do another video on large breeds. So thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram at Finn Scales and Fluffy Tails, and say goodbye to Jack. Bye everybody. Aww. Thanks you guys so much for tuning in, and I will catch you on the next one.